Hello and welcome. Happy Sunday. A little bit later tonight. I've been out most of the day. 2 different events on today. There I go. It's just saying that I'm live. 2 different events today, both musical. So a quick takeaway on the way home. And yeah, just getting ready to sort out what I'm going to do for you. So I've got a new technique, something new idea that came to me that I've seen. And I thought, let's have a go at this. And so we're going to use some torn paper, but just in a slightly different way. And I think it's going to be fun. So I'm going to get you down onto the table. Just get me in the corner there. Move you across. And we're going to use a new set of paper. This is Floral Impressions 12 by 12 inch papers. Now, I haven't got the catalogue easily to hand because oh yes I have, maybe. I can't actually show you the catalogue, you know, until the 6th of May. You can see the cover, but I'll have to go off air just to make sure, off the screen, just to make sure that I can see the paper. A little bit out of breath, I've been rushing around. So, let's just see, I think it's in here. Florals in Bloom. It's not Florals in Bloom, it's Floral Expressions. This, I believe, is an online exclusive paper. It's not in the new catalogue. But I thought, I don't know if you've seen this one yet, so I thought I'd use this one today. And I've already flicked through. Hi everybody. Nicola, hello. Lovely. Greetings from Ireland. Hi Gillian. Hi Angela. Hi Linda. So there are gorgeous papers in here. These are all floral ones, obviously, as the name sort of suggests. There's a bit of a rainbow across here. And on the back we've got the Darling Duckling, I believe. So that's that one. Then we have the lovely wildflower sort of meadows here and the fresh freesia on the back. So then this one is the one I want to use tonight. I just think that's really nice, really pretty. A little bit different colourway instead of usual flowers. You've got some, looks like little sunflowers, they're not quite. I think this is Pool Party on the back, and I'm going to be using the colours in there. So we'll leave one of those sheets out to the side. Then we have these two. The back of these are the Garden Green. So these kind of could look like sunflowers, couldn't they? They're not really, but they're going those colourways. Another one here. I've got a feeling this one might be the Strawberry Slush. I haven't done my usual and write these tiny little prints down the side here for you. Let's get rid of that one. I think it's Strawberry Slush. Let me just have a look. So yeah, Strawberry Slush is in there. That's the ready one, ready pinky one. And the lilacs are actually listed. Yes, so fresh freesia, pretty in pink. Yeah, Pool Party was the other one. Let's get rid of that. So these are really nice ones as well. I nearly used this one, but I decided this is Strawberry Slush on the back. One of the 5 new in colours that's coming on the 6th of May. And then these ones are gorgeous as well. It's a little like little violas really. This one would look nice. You've got lovely green on the back there. So I'm going to get all of those out of the way. Just decanted off the side of the screen. So pretty. Another one to add to your list. Yes, I hope it's in the back of your book. So we're going to take the trimmer and cut some layers. So it's quite a simple card. I think it could be one for mass producing. And if you have some retired papers you want to use up, I think it's going to be good. So this is a full sheet of our A4 paper, our cardstock, sorry. And remember, I've got my little dots on here. You might not just see them on the camera. The little red dots for the score and the cut lines, depending on which way your orientation of your paper. So I'm going to score at the halfway point. We're going to do a landscape with a side fold on there. So I'm going to score there and then take it to the other dot, the 10.5. That's 14.85 and 10.5. And there we will have our little card like so. So I'm going to put that one to the back of my paper pack. So that's ready for another card. Get rid of that on the floor. So just grab my bone folder. Sorry at the start of the video if it's a bit crackly. I set the video live and I hadn't got my tools over from the other side of the table. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use these papers, but I want another layer in between. So I'm going to use the Darling Duckling. Last minute I suddenly decided I don't think I'm going to use any white. So let's take a 1/4 sheet of this one and we're going to take it down just 1/2 centimetre. So that is 14.3 this way. one. And this one will be 10 centimetres. Okay, so that should come down just a little border around the outsides. So that's that one. And then we're going to have our piece of Designer Series paper. We want it landscape, so I'm going to cut it this way. So we've gone from 10.5 down to 10. So this one's going to be 9.5. If you just keep it even all the way down, it makes it a little bit easier for this one. So we're doing 0.5 centimetre. If you're doing this in the Imperial, our overseas visitors, then you want to come down by 1/4 inch. Okay, so get rid of that one. Turn this. You'll get quite a few cards out of this this layout. So we've done the 14.8, the 14.3. So now we're 13.8. Okay. I am doing this cold, so it's a case of it's going to be a fingers crossed and hope it works. Like I say, it's not my original idea. I have seen this done somewhere online, and I thought this is a really nice design. Now that's going to be our basically be our card. I can bring you in a little bit closer. No, I don't want that one. I want that one, and that one. Oh, just trying to get my camera a little bit nearer for you. This isn't working today. There we go. Bring that one back up. I'll try and bring you a little bit closer. There we go. So you can see those 3 layers on there. So what we're actually going to do, we want to have, when we tear paper, we like to have the fluffy edge facing upwards. So it's like the feathery edge, I call it. So what we're going to do is we want to have a greeting in here. Now, I was kind of thinking these ones might work lovely and nicely, but I wanted the thanks, but we haven't got the thanks on the end there, so I might have thank you. That would fit in, it would really do the trick. Happy birthday is a little bit on the big side, so I think I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to take the thank out of the packet, and then we lay it flat so it relaxes. It's not stretched. I've shown you before how you can stretch and elongate these, and they won't be very good. So just let it sit and rest, and then that was on there. Brand new set I've not used yet, as you can see. So I like to just stamp these off first on a scrap of paper. We've got you, I'm going to put on the back here. So we'll do one first, and then we'll do the second one. So I want to leave enough space on here. We're going to tear in from the sides here. This is going to be thank, that's coming to there. And then I'm going to have the U I'm going to put on the end. Try to make this easy for us all. So there's the thank on there, coming up to there. And then I'm going to put the U on the end here. So we're going to actually have a strip here that's going to be kind of like to about the end of that green leaf here. So, and I want it to be the width of that thank on there. So I kind of want to be where the block is really. So, and I like to go through the middle. So I'm going to kind of aim at these 2 pieces here. All right, we're going to do one first. So I'm going to do the left-hand one, and I'm just going to bring it up towards me. Hopefully you can see that on there. You're going to see the white feather edge coming through just on there. I can just bring that up to the camera now. Okay, can you see that feathery edge coming through? We want it quite a way along, like I say, the other side of this green leaf. Okay, so if we go as far as that, I think that's going to be fine. And then the other side of this, we want this nice big word here. So we want it to be about here. Okay, so I'm going to come back with that one. And again, this time I want to go the other side. So I'm going to be left-handed and tear this one. We want the pieces that are left here to have that white feathery edge on them. Hope you can see those. You like the stamp set too, bless you. I like big bold greetings. They kind of do most of the work for you when you're making your card projects. So I'm just tearing this one towards me. And you'll gradually see that this is actually ripping it, so like so. So when I put this back on my card, this is going to sit on there, and this one will sit on there. So you'll have a nice little border. And then inside here, we're going to look after that one in a minute, but I want to stamp on here the thank, and then I need to go a little bit further to get the word you in. Okay, I'm going to come back here a little bit on that side, and then back a little bit further on here. Now, what we're going to do is take a very narrow, quite a small pencil, If you've got that, or if you've got a knitting needle, something like that, that you can roll this round. Paintbrush would be good. That would be even better. A cocktail stick wouldn't be enough. You want to roll this paper round, but I want to get it anchored down first. So I just want to make sure that this is all going to fit in. So we've got the thank there coming up to the edge, and then we'll have you is going to fit in the middle there. Okay, so that's where we're going to put it. So I'm going to make these layers up together. Or shall we be daring? If you want to be daring, you could stick that down first of all. But if you want to be safe, you need to stamp this first, work out where you want it to go, and stamp it first. And then if this isn't quite straight or the image doesn't come out fully, you can turn that yellow piece over and use the emergency side on the back. Okay, hope that makes sense. This piece here, we don't need the whole length. We only need about half of it. So I'm going to just chop half of that off. Get that out of the way. That will go in my scraps pot. So this for now, I'm just going to hold that out of the way. Okay, so we've got our stamp on here. Move that down a little bit out of the way of the U on the end. So we can get that right to the end. It's going to go there. So I want that to be placed in here. Okay, so it's nice and straight. Keep it, if you've got your block square with your card and you've got the card on a piece of grid paper, you know we sell the paper grid papers, really, really useful. And then I'm going to put the little U in that little hole there. So I've got a piece of scrap paper here. I do want to just try this one because it's a brand new stamp. Kind of needs a bit of like conditioning, really, we call it. Lots of ink on there already, but I'm just going to go this way. If you want to make sure you've got a good coverage, get more pressure from your hand going onto the ink on here. And I'm going to take a quick look at it to make sure that there's no ink like where it shouldn't be. So if this is going to be where my layers are going to be stuck together, I'm going to place this in here, keeping my block level with the nice and straight, so it's nice and level on here. And I'm going to put that down just there. Because I can't have my head over the camera because you won't be able to see what I'm doing. I hope that that's going to be okay. Press that down firmly. I didn't do a test, did I? Fingers crossed, everybody. Oh, yes, that'll be perfect. There we go. So now I'm going to do you here and just tap that onto the ink pad just over the side there. And I'm going to bring this in here, just in that little gap. So they're kind of nearly joined up. I could do that with that a little bit longer, just a tiny bit. There you go. So tap that on there. I'm going to pop that in the word in there. Thank you. Fingers crossed. Yes, there we go. Not quite straight, but pressure of being online, you see. So I'm going to take my adhesive and I'm going to stick those layers down. We're going to go with that one. And then we'll do some rolling with that piece of paper. Okay. You know I love my Tombow. It's really cost effective. It's just minimal. You don't need a lot. Just make sure it's not an Australian card and you're going to do it on the left-hand hinge is the right way up. Okay. Now, because this one can be distorted, you just want to place it down firmly. Just make sure you get it all nice and lined up before you put it down. So I'm just going to go on that piece, kind of like a U shape, really, look. There we go. So you've got a little bit of a handle here. So I'm just going to place down at the bottom first. We know we've got a little tiny border. Okay, so we can just slide that. Tombow gives you that little bit of wiggle room. So if it's not quite straight, you can move it around. So I'm happy with the bottom edge. Okay, and just make sure that this is nice and straight. There we go, like so. Press that down. Okay, so there's our card. And then what we're going to do with this is going to take that, I'll take a bone folder first. I'm going to just curl this so you break down the fibres. You see me doing this quite a lot. Just curl that one over. And then I'm going to roll it around this paintbrush. Usually you've got some tools in your caddy, on your desk, in your craft kit. Just a few little bits in there. So I'm going to roll this round. You can see how that's all nice and rolled up there. Okay, and then you can slide that one out. And there is your card. Can you see that on there? With just a little piece of torn and rolled back paper. Okay, you don't need all of it. You can just put a little tiny little bead of adhesive down there. Just a little tiny bit. And just roll that over. Okay, if you're a little bit worried about the thickness going through the mail, you can just press it slightly. Okay, just so it shows that it's rolled, it's all torn, and there is your card. Now, I'm going to try and do this with no white in here, so I was going to put another layer on the inside. So that's another piece of the Darling Duckling, one of our new colours that's coming out shortly. And that looks a very similar piece. So I'm going to do that the same size. I'm going to do it 13.8 by 9.5. 13.8. This way. There we go. Looks fabulous. It's a different idea, and I thought it was an ideal one to do tonight for a quick-ish card. Okay, we do vary it a little bit, don't we? So I'm going to place that one in the centre. Because it's a pastel colour still, we can still write on it. Whereas the dark is hard to read a pen on there. Okay, so just very little adhesive. Pop that in the centre. And of course we need to add some gems on here. We can't do anything without gems. Just a question of where they are. I was creating yesterday in here. Dimensionals. A few things under cover. Just if they might have been put away, just a sec. They wanted to hide tonight, didn't they? So let's see what we've got in here. Got an assortment in here. The pattern on here, this one's probably going to go better with the clear gems, I think, because there's quite a lot of busy colours going on. They might want to keep sort of something that's still current. Some of these in here, they need sorting out because some of the colours have retired. Gold textured dots. No, I'm going to stick with the clear. Guarantee that they go with everything. So, to get some of these off here, I think they're all the larger ones now. Yeah. So, either tweezers and just gradually just slide them away just to lift them up, or use your take your pick tool. So I'm going to place some of these in here. Just dot them around, and maybe one on the outside somewhere. Yeah, we like random odd numbers. So that's a really quick card for today, because I've not had much time to prepare. Hi Lynn, nice to see you. So it's a little roll back, torn paper and roll back technique. Okay, one panel, so it's just one panel of paper, one of card, a middle layer if you want, but it's better with a middle layer unless you've got a white base and you can see the sentiment on there. But it looks like it's just been torn. A little secret message underneath. Okay, so I hope you like that. And like I say, new papers there as well. Another nice group of florals there. Okay, so that's mine for tonight. I'll just bring you back to me and say thank you for joining me. Sorry it's a bit rushed today. But these things happen, don't they? So, yeah, life happens. So I will see you again on Wednesday. And if there's any requests that you'd like to give me, then please just drop me a line, because it's easier to have something in the diary that I know that people are looking out for. So please just send me a little message. Okay, nice to